Muito bem, olá pessoas, eu sou Paulo Koi, sejam todos muito bem-vindos a mais um vídeo da nossa série de Dragon Age Origins. Estamos aqui com o nosso arqueiro, Apolo Arqueiro, Arqueiro Apolo, tanto faz. Espero que vocês estejam curtindo essa série, então não se esqueçam de deixar um like no vídeo, se inscrever no canal e ativar o sininho para vocês não perderem nenhum conteúdo. Lembrando sempre que a maioria dos nossos conteúdos, pelo menos esse daqui, está sendo gravado ao vivo no meu canal da Twitch. O link está na descrição, caso você queira acompanhar ao vivo as gravações e trocar ideia comigo aqui no chat, beleza? Então vamos nessa. Bom, a gente já conversou com nossos companions aí, ouvimos histórias sendo contadas de forma diferente, que eu achei bem irado. Agora vamos conversar aqui com o Enchantment.
It's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Fennec, at your service once again. I saw your camp and remember the kind offer that you made the last time we met. And is there anywhere safer for a poor merchant and his son to sleep? I think not. I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
Ok, ótimo. Deixa eu ver aqui o que o Rodrigo falou. Acompanha, mas vai ter um hype acompanhar desde o Solasta. Olha aí, o Solasta. Eita, dor de cabeça esse Solasta, hein? Um dia eu volto pro Solasta. Deixa eu ver aqui, então. Ok, você pode ficar. Apenas se comportem. Deixe-me ver tuas mercadorias. Você esteve nos seguindo?
Following you? I'm not even certain where you're going, my friend. And quite frankly, it's none of my business. Trust me when I say that my encountering you here was serendipity and nothing more. I travel a lot, so I'm bound to meet everyone on the road eventually. If you prefer, I'll take my boy and be on my way. But regretfully, you're the safest spot on this road, without a doubt.
Não, pode ficar aí. Vocês podem ficar, apenas se comportem. Deixe-me ver suas mercadorias, Bodan. O que você está vendendo exatamente?
Anything, everything, but all of the finest quality. No cheap trinkets here. And my boy Sandal happens to be a bit of a hand with enchantments. Oh, yes. Sadly, it also makes us a target for bandits and the like. If there were spare hands to hire as guards, I would have done so long ago.
Deixa eu ver o que... Você pode ficar.
Wonderful. Thank the gentleman, won't you, boy?
Thank you, sir.
We won't be a bother to you and your companions, I assure you. If you should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me.
Beleza.
If there's anything I can do for you, please tell me.
Deixe ver suas mercadorias. Persuadir. Conte sua história exatamente. Opa, historinha. Adoro histórias.
Well, if you're really interested, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I am originally from Orzammar, the famed dwarven city that lies beneath the stately Frostback Mountains. I was a merchant there, too. Merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know. You can't just leave them behind. I ran a fairly successful business. Rare artifacts, you know. Old things, grand things. The nobles loved them. Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose.
Ixi. Glória perdida?
Our kingdoms once spanned the length of Thados, from majestic Orzammar to Kal Sharok to glittering Darmalin far to the west. They say the gold and silver veins ran so thick through the stone of Darmalin that the entire city sparkled. The Darkspawn took it all, of course. One by one, the old tigers fell, and then all that was left was Orzammar. But we were talking about how I ended up here, weren't we? One day, a noble woman came to my stall. She looked around for a bit and then started shrieking in dismay. Apparently, she believed that a pair of braces I had for sale once belonged to her brother. He'd been lost in a cave-in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the Darkspawn from one of the tunnels running close to the city. They were made specially for him. They're unique, she shrieked. He stole them from my poor brother's corpse. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that.
Putz, é porque... E você os roubou? Vamos perguntar, tem que ser sincerão, hein? Você roubou do corpo do cara?
Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I'd been paying these castless thugs to venture out into the deep roads for me.
Então você roubou.
The lost tigers, they're full of things that people left behind. Sometimes you can find a treasure, something worth a little gold.
Isso não é roubo? É, roubar de defunto, roubo de defunto é meio que roubo, né? Você vai preso por isso.
To the nobles it is. They believe everything in the Tigers belongs to the house that once dwelled there, even if it's in ruins and they haven't seen it in generations. The noblewoman, she wasn't too happy with the theft of her brother's braces. I don't know what they planned for me, and I didn't want to find out. Bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. Never looked back.
E aí tem o seguinte, a sociedade anã no Dragon Age, ela é muito sinistra com esse lance das castas. A sociedade anã que vive ainda nas cidades anãs, tipo Orzammar. Cara, o preconceito e tal, e o poder da classe dos nobres sobre as outras classes, e a hierarquia é muito barra pesada. E agora aí você está. História fascinante, obrigado.
You're quite welcome. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you?
Deixa-me ver suas mercadorias. Você ouviu algum outro rumor? Vai começar os rumores, hein? Preparem-se.
Unless he sold the young Orlesian woman that married Arl Eamon, I hear tell she tried to poison her husband so she could marry his brother, Bantegan. Maker's honest truth. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is. There's not just darkspawn in the hordes, you know that? There are people with them. Folks who are sick with the blight, and their minds are all twisted and mad. I heard tell of a man meeting his own brother on the field, yet when he called out to him, his brother didn't even recognize him and just attacked. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is. I've heard a rumor that the reason Queen Enora has never produced an heir is that she's barren. It's a curse from the Maker for bringing a commoner into the royal line. Until someone of royal blood is put on the throne, there will never be an heir. It seems the royal line of Calenod has been broken for good, no? That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is. I don't know what to tell you. Nothing I can think of at the moment.
Opa, ele não é tão fofoqueiro assim.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of earrings, perhaps? A cheese knife?
Deixa eu ver. Mas de onde essa mercadoria vem? Não vem das estradas profundas.
Look, we don't rob people, all right?
Pressou, hein?
Don't take things from people that need them. The things in the Lost Tigers, what good did they do lying there? I brought them back to Orzammar, where people could look at them and remember. It's not all that different up here. There are places long abandoned by the humans everywhere. Even more now with the Darkspawn coming.
O que você quer dizer com isso?
People flee from the Blight with good reason, but they forget things. Things with value and meaning. They leave them behind because they're frightened and desperate. And sometimes, my boy and I, we find our way to these places before the Horde descends, and we save these things. I take them away so the Darkspawn don't get them. Is that so bad? They destroy everything they touch.
Ele é um sucateiro. Ou um scavenger. Não sei. Ele é tipo a Rey do Star Wars, tá ligado? Creio que é melhor do que a prole das trevas ficarem com tudo.
That's what I tell myself, too. These are dark times indeed. Dark times, my friend.
Você não mencionou seu filho na história. Boa.
Yes. I'm married to a fine woman back in Denerim, it's true. She'd give me a son if she could, but that's not likely to ever be. Sandal here. I found him in the deep roads years ago. Abandoned, I think, and he was never quite right in the head. I took him in, and I brought him with me when I came here to the surface. He may not be my blood, true, but I think of him as one.
We left Orzammar.
That's right, boy. Maybe one day we'll see it again.
Isso foi generoso de sua parte.
It's not as if I don't benefit, mind you. Turns out the boy's a natural working with enchantments. He might have even been lyrium-addled. I never thought of that before, to be honest. Happens sometimes. He can work an enchantment into just about anything, however, given some time. Could probably open his own shop, if he knew how.
Enchantment.
Eita.
Well, he does seem to enjoy it, at least.
Enchantment. Vamos lá, vamos ver as mercadorias. Vamos ver se ele tem uma bag. E vamos esvaziar a nossa também. Deixa eu ver logo se ele tem sacolas. Eu quero mochila, na verdade. Ou de mochila ou de... Poxa, yes! Exatamente. Então a gente já vai ter mochila nível 100. Show. Ou de pochete ou de mochila. E aí tem alguns itens especiais aqui de custo 0. Não sei se vocês estão vendo aí. Alguns são itens, alguns são... armas. Muito boas. The Butterfly Sword. É um item muito bom. Centro de castidade. Nós temos as botas feias. Eu acho que essas botas feias são... Enfim, aqui. Amuleto de memórias. Ó. Olha, escudo do Rei Merrick. Então, mas meio que a gente vai olhando aqui, a depender do... Ó, Gargantilha de Ouro. Grey Warden Hand Puppet. Então você vê aqui que existem vários itens de custo 0. São presentes que fazem a gente avançar no relacionamento com os Companions, tá? E é aquela coisa, se a gente quiser fechar a relação com esses personagens, a gente dá o item certo pro personagem certo. E aí a gente consegue alcançar. Eu vou meio que roubar no jogo, vou falar logo aqui. Pra gente poder selecionar o item certo, o personagem certo e tal. Pra gente ganhar os pontos que a gente precisa ganhar, tá? Alguns desses aqui também são pra zoar o personagem. Mas enfim. Só que eu não vou mexer nisso agora não, tá? Deixa a gente ter uma coleção melhor de amigos. A gente pode vender algumas coisas. Bota de malha, ferro cinzento. Blood Dragon Plate, nem lascando que eu vou vender. Caraca, velho, eu tô muito curioso. Eu não sei que item é esse, velho. Bulwark of the True King. Tô bem curioso mesmo. Aqui nós temos colar tribal, aqui são presentes, a gente não vende presente. Já temos alguns itens de enchantment. Formar Tome. Concede ao leitor um ponto para gastar em uma perícia, mas ele é destruído posteriormente. Um ponto em uma perícia, beleza. Deixa eu ver se a gente já possui algum item que a gente possa utilizar o enchantment. Aqui não. Não temos. Eu tô pensando em pegar já a espada Butterfly.
If there's anything I can do for you, please tell me. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Deixa eu pegar a Butterfly. Eu vou perder alguns pontos com... Porque ainda tem esse lance. Nesse jogo ele é um pouco... Como eu posso dizer? Politicamente incorreto. É um tipo de Piada que, obviamente, não é mais engraçado. Nunca foi engraçado, óbvio. Mas hoje em dia não cabe mais. Mas a gente tá falando de um jogo de 2009, né? Então, nessa época o pessoal não tinha pensado nisso ainda.
Yes.
Tem uma pergunta...
I am hardly surprised.
Não. É só
Very well.
equipar o item.
As you wish.
Tenho que vir aqui. Vir no presente. E... Na verdade... É só arrastar nele?
Do you expect me to carry this?
Menos 50, malandro. Menos 50. E aí... Ah, eu poderia ter... Puta merda. Eu poderia entregar essa espada pro Alistair. Vou carregar o jogo. Pior que eu vou ter que conversar tudo de novo com... o Boldanzão aqui. Vai que a gente faz aquele modo...
I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. Following you, if you prefer, I'll take my boy and be on my way. But regretfully, you're the safest spot on this road without anything, everything. But all, sadly, it also...
Thank you.
Something you need? I'm sure I ran a fairly successful business. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, the lost ties. They're full. Bribed the guard that was watching me and took... Now, is there anything the boy or... You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road. It's said the North Road Inn serves a shepherd's pie containing actual shepherds.
Mudou os rumores.
Seems the innkeeper has something against the flocks being brought too near his own fields. That's what I've heard on the road.
Esquece, não vou falar.
Take it for what it is.
Não vou ver os rumores, não.
Look, it's not all that different up here. There are places long abandoned by the humans everywhere. And so, is that so bad? They destroy everything they touch. That's what I tell myself, too. Ah, that's right, boy. Maybe one... Well, he does seem to enjoy it, at least. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected. And with your discount.
Pronto. Que eu entrego a espada pro Alistair e ele que se lasque lá. Eu tô cagando pros meus pontos de relacionamento com o Alistair, tá ligado? Então... eu posso pegar este presente aqui. Ah, eu não posso entregar pro Alistair.
Bad idea. Awful. Don't do it.
Tem que ser pro Stem mesmo.
Do you expect me to carry this for you?
Ele fica pistola, paciência. Só que aí a gente tem uma espada que é mais 1.5 de penetração de armadura, mais 12 de ataque. Abaixa a moral. Tem o poder do arco-íris. E atrai borboletas. Vamos lá. Tá ótimo, cara. Tá ótimo. Tem mais 15 de ataque essa espada.
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed.
Quais encantamentos ele faz? Eu preciso de encantamento, eu gostaria de ver outras mercadorias. Não. Encantamentos.
He can fold lyrium into almost any weapon or piece of armor, though naturally some of the more extravagant materials will take more lyrium than others. It's a process that some of the master smiths back in Orzammar will perform, but my boy here is just as adept at it. Isn't that right, boy?
Enchantment.
And there you have it.
Enchantment!
Enchantment.
Por isso que eu chamo ele de Enchantment. The Edge. Equipamento de Apolo? Ah, é a faca, brother. Protetor do juramento. Tá com quem? Protetor do juramento. Mas a espada colorida... Ela tem um espaço também, não tem? Ah, não tem não. E o Alistair. Alistair não. Apolo tem uma faca. Cadê a faca? Ué, véi. The Edge, lembra que tinha... Ah, tá aqui, ó. The Edge tem 2 entradas. Mas como nós não estamos fazendo assassino, seria irado. Talvez, quem sabe, daqui pro meio do caminho a gente não muda de ideia e refaz a build pra assassino, né? David Briden. Vamos lá, agora a missão, hein?
You're a hard man to find.
What?
Where are my manners? The name is Levy Dryden.
Dryden.
Duncan ever mentioned me? Levy of the coins? Levy the trader?
Eu sou Apolo, nunca ouvi falar de você.
Really? He never told you of old Levy? We've known each other for years. But here I am carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's... well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on. His pledge fulfilled.
Que promessa o Duncan te fez?
Well, as you know, my family's name is mud around noble circles. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last Warden commander of Ferelden back when the Wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Olin banished the Wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles.
Oh, que pena, cara. Apenas diga o que aconteceu depois.
Hard to say. After King Olin died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one. And our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Drydens are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride.
Muito bem. Surpreende-me que você tenha mantido seu nome.
Our family's only crime was guarding the kingdom against the blight. We're not ashamed of that.
Muito bem. Que favor você pediu ao Duncan?
I asked for the truth. My family reveres Sophia Dryden. We know she died at the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak. We want evidence to clear her name. It won't restore our land or our titles, but it'll restore our honor.
Eu nunca nem ouvi falar do Pico do Soldado.
Well, no one's been to Soldier's Peak since Ireland's days. At least none that's come back. I spent years mapping the maze of tunnels to the peak, and I found the way a few years back. So I went to Duncan, I did, and I said that he could reclaim the old base and my family could have its honor.
Como recuperar o pico ajudará os guardiões?
Soldier's Peak is strategic and symbolic importance. Duncan said that it would be worth it right there. He also hoped to recover lost Warden history and perhaps a few old relics. No one knows what's up there now.
A fé na tua família será recompensada. Eu te ajudarei. Vamos ao Pico do Soldado. Do que você precisa de mim, porque o Duncan não lhe ajudou.
Darkspawn surfaced in southern Ferelden, and Duncan got plenty busy recruiting new Wardens and meeting with good King Caelan. Duncan said he would help after the Battle of Ostagar. Said there might be useful things at the peak, but he never had the chance.
O que você precisa de mim?
I can pick my way through the tunnels at the base of Soldier's Peak, but the place, well, they say it's haunted, and it'll be dangerous for certain. Will you think on it at least?
Beleza. A fé na tua família será recompensada. Eu te ajudarei.
1,000 blessings upon you, Warden. I'll mark down the location on your map. When you arrive, we'll pick our way through the tunnels together.
Missão atualizada. Sofia Druiden. Show. Bom, finalmente agora sim estamos prontos para voltar às aventuras. Caramba, quanto tempo, hein? Vamos lá, gravar o jogo. Caraca, nosso save já... Nossa, pera aí. Nosso save já tem 10 horas de gameplay. Maior do que muito jogo, agora a gente vai começar a jogar. Agora o jogo começa, literalmente. Então, eu vou precisar manter o Alistair ainda. Esse desgraçado... Quem vai comigo? Morrigan. Morrigan, né?
Indeed.
Caraca, meu irmão. Pronto, finalmente abrimos o mundo. E aí o rolê é o seguinte, tá? Nós temos aqui 3 DLCs. Esses ícones aqui brancos nos lugares normais. E nós temos 3 pontos especiais que são ícones de DLC, tá? O Pico do Soldado, que é essa missão que acabou de aparecer. Nós temos também aqui a província de Banloren, que eu não lembro qual é essa missão. E nós temos a passagem de Suture Pass. E aqui nós temos o Penhasco Vermelho, os arredores de Brasilian, Denerim e o Montanhas do Doce Congelado. E nós temos o Largo de Callahan. Aqui são os magos, e aqui a gente pega a nossa healer. Aqui é a Terra dos Elfos, aqui é a Terra dos Anões, aqui é a Terra dos Humanos, a capital dos Humanos. E aqui o Penhasco Vermelho, que é o do rolê lá do tiozinho. Cara, eu não lembro qual desses aqui... Eu acho que a quest do... A quest do nosso tanque, do Shale, eu tenho que andar primeiro. Cara, eu vou penhasco vermelho. Olha onde é que eu tô. Talvez seja aqui agora. Exatamente. Exatamente. Ela vai se transformar em aranha. Ela tá configurada pra se transformar em aranha. Perdão a galera da aracnofobia, mas é isso. Aqui começa a missão do Shale. E é o que a gente vai fazer logo, porque é o tanque principal do jogo, as borboletas.
You have coins, stranger? With Orzammar closed off, Old Tegra can give you a discount. Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
O que está acontecendo em Orzammar?
There's 2 things I'm here for. Travel or trade. Understand?
Caraca, o cara não tá afim de bater papo. Conversar? Não é ele não. Pintura da Rainha Rebelde. Espada de prata. Instruções para armadilha de choque. Armadura pesada. Eu vou pegar os presentes. Sapatos de cetim azul. Já sei até pra quem dá esse presente. Putz, eu esperava que eu fosse começar a missão do Shale agora. Eu não queria vir pra cá.
Look, can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I should probably have told you earlier.
Ok. Eu não vou gostar disso, vou? Deixa eu adivinhar, você é um idiota.
Yes, that's right. I stopped you to tell you that I'm an idiot. Whew! Thank the maker you know already. Now I can stop worrying I'll be found out.
Não era exatamente um segredo.
Oh ho ho. I'm trying to be serious here. Just listen. I told you before how Al Eamon raised me, right? That my mother was a serving girl at the castle and he took me in. The reason he did that was because, well, because my father was King Marek, which made Kaelin my half-brother, I suppose.
Ok, ele é um bastardo. Cadê? Eu quero ver a palavra bastardo, que eu vou chamar ele de bastardo. Então você não é só um bastardo, mas é um bastardo real.
Ha! Yes, I guess it does at that. I should use that line more often. I would have told you, but it never really meant anything to me. I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Kaelin's rule, and so they kept me secret. I'd never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or they coddled me. Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible. I'm sorry.
Eu entendo. Não acredito que você foi tão estúpido. Ainda assim, você deveria ter me contado. Logan sabe disso?
Why wouldn't he? He was King Marek's best friend. I don't know if that means anything, though. I certainly never considered the idea that it might ever be important. At any rate, that's it. That's what I had to tell you. I thought you should know about it.
Você tem certeza? Você não está escondendo mais nada? Boa. Por que você me conta então? Por que eu preciso saber?
Because it will probably come up. I didn't want to walk into Redcliffe without you knowing the truth. That would be just awkward. I have no illusions about my status, however. It's always been made very clear that I'm a commoner, and now a Grey Warden, and in no way in line for the throne. And that's fine by me. No, if there's an heir to be found, it's Arl Eamon himself. He's not of royal blood, but he is Kaelin's uncle, and more importantly, very popular with the people. Though, if he's really as sick as we've heard... Oh no, I don't want to think about that. I really don't. So there you have it. Now can we move on? And I'll just pretend you still think I'm some nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Great Wardens.
E você não é?
See? I knew you could do it. It's easy, isn't it?
Zé Cu. Eu odeio esse personagem, mano. Yes! Menos 4 coraçõezinhos. Vamos continuar assim. Thomas.
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help us?
Eu estou cuidando de assuntos importantes. Eu preciso ver o Arl Eamon. O que você quer dizer? Tem algum problema?
So you don't know? Has nobody out there heard?
Eu acho que o Culture Pass é a DLC do Shale. Do que você está falando... Peraí, deixa eu ver se é, velho. Do que você está falando, sabendo de quê?
We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying.
Apparently everyone seems to agree that a blight is the perfect time to start killing each other. Marvelous, really.
We've no army to defend us. No Arl and no king to send us help. So many are dead. And those left are terrified they're next.
Hold on, what is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does. I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you.
Ban Tegan, Arl Eamon's brother. He's here.
Yes. It's not far, if you'll come with me.
Ah, ele deu seguimento à história. Se bem que é interessante eu fazer essa questline com o Alistair, porque tem a ver com o personagem dele, né? Então não importa se eu tivesse com outro tanque. Essa parte da história eu vou fazer com o Alistair.
It's Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They're obviously not simple travelers.
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Rainersphere, brother to the Arl.
I remember you, Ban Tegan. Though the last time we met, I was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Covered in mud? Alistair? It is you, isn't it? You're alive! This is wonderful news.
Still alive, yes. Though not for long if Ten Loghain has anything to say about it.
Indeed. Logain would have us believe all Grey Wardens died along with my nephew, amongst other things.
Você não acredita nessas mentiras do Logain?
What, that he pulled his men in order to save them? That Kaelan risked everything in the name of glory? Hardly. Logain calls the Grey Wardens traitors, murderers of the king. I don't believe it. It is an act of a desperate man. So, you are a Grey Warden as well? Is it possible we've met? You seem very familiar.
Você deve ter conhecido meu pai, Tern Coastland.
Ah, yes, that's it, exactly. A pleasure to meet you indeed, though I wish it were under better circumstances. You're here to see my brother. Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Eamon is gravely ill. No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts. The attack started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault.
Eu posso ajudá-los a afugentá-las. De qual coisas malignas você está falando?
Some call them the Walking Dead. Decomposing corpses, returning to life with a hunger for human flesh. They hit again the next night. Each night they come, with greater numbers. With Kaelan dead and Logain starting a war over the throne, no one responds to my urgent calls for help. I have a feeling tonight's assault will be the worst yet. Alistair, I hate to ask, but I desperately need the help of you and your friends.
It isn't just up to me. Though the Grey Wardens don't stand much chance against Logain without Arl Eamon.
Claro que nós ajudaremos. Essa não é a nossa batalha. Você quer a minha ajuda? Você não me conhece. É claro que nós ajudaremos.
There are no darkspawn here and nothing to gain. It is a fool's errand.
É uma caminhada inútil. Que cara... Olha aí. Ó o ranço. O pessoal disse, se existe uma chance de resgatar o Or, nós temos que tentar.
Perhaps.
How pointless to help these villagers fight an impossible battle. One would think we had enough to contend with elsewhere.
Thank you. Thank you. This means more to me than you can guess. Thomas, please tell Murdoch what transpired. Then return to your post.
Yes, my lord.
Now then, there is much to do before night falls. I put 2 men in charge of the defense outside. Murdoch, the village mayor, is outside the chantry. Sir Perth, one of Eamon's knights, is just up the cliff at the windmill, watching the castle. You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle.
Quero discutir a situação com você.
Of course.
Você tem algum dos cavaleiros do Arl Eamon aqui?
I have those few who returned from their quest. You know of this, yes?
A busca deles pela urna das cinzas sagradas?
Yes, I question Isolde's decision to send so many knights in search of this relic. But I am a practical man, whereas she is a woman of great faith. Sir Perth was one of the knights sent on this quest. Perhaps you should speak to him if you wish to learn more.
Por que você está na capela com os aldeões?
Sir Perth insists. He wants me to be with the villagers, so everyone he needs to protect is in one place. I don't mind, to be honest. The point of all this is to protect the villagers, and I can do that best here. This is the last line of defense, should things go amiss.
Vocês precisam de mais homens aqui com você?
We could bring some men in to stand beside me, but I'd rather keep the monsters away from the villagers if possible.
O que acontece depois que essa batalha terminar?
Hopefully we can find the source and stop it before it causes any more damage. With luck, we'll also find Eamon and be able to help him.
O que exatamente são essas coisas que atacam o vilarejo?
I do not know. They seem to be walking corpses, men with rotting flesh that continue to attack even with the gravest injuries.
Undead, spirits possessing the dead. There could be several causes behind such a thing, none of them pleasant.
Very well. Luck be with you, my friend.
Ih, salvou o jogo. Nossa, perdi 5 pontos com a Morrigan. Só porque eu resolvi ajudar.
What do you need? There is not much daylight left.
Quero discutir a situação com você. Fale-me mais sobre você.
This is hardly the time to be discussing personal details, don't you think? We will have to fight for our lives very shortly.
Persuadir. É por isso mesmo que eu gostaria de saber alguma coisa sobre você. Claro, saber com quem eu estou lutando.
I suppose that's not too much to ask. I did not mean to be brusque.
É isso aí. O que você fará se R. Eamon morrer? Por que você ficou? Por que você não foi embora? Você é um guerreiro habilidoso? Ok. Primeiro, de trás pra frente.
Skilled enough to know there are many far better than myself.
Boa. Por que você ficou?
After the first attack, I wanted to go for help, but I couldn't just leave these people. The Banon gear up to battle Loghain, while Darkspawn loom to the south. Loghain won't send anyone, so Redcliffe is on its own.
E o que você fará se R. Eamon morrer?
I don't know. If Connor lives, he'll be the Arl, and I'll need to help him with it. If he's... well, I don't want to think about that.
Connor é o filho do R. Eamon.
Good, then my secrets are still safe. I was worried for a moment there. Very well. Luck be with you, my friend.
Beleza. Salvar o jogo. Eu ainda tô muito chateado com... por ter perdido 5 pontos com a... esse é o problema de jogar com a Morrigan no grupo, porque você vai tomando decisões boas, bondosas, e ela vai... sabe? Ela começa a perder... ela começa a perder interesse no seu personagem, porque você... porque ela é caótica mal. Ela é uma personagem sinistra, sacou? Mas dá pra gente contornar isso aí.